All right, order of operations. You guys probably heard the phrase, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If not, that's okay. Some of you guys also might have just seen PEMDAS, which is just the first letter of each one of these. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So either one you want to remember is fine, but you do need to know the order of which we do these operations, hence order of operations. Okay? So I'm going to go through parentheses. I'm pretty sure you guys know what parentheses mean. Anytime you see the little parentheses, you need to do everything inside there. Something you might not see this year, but maybe in future years, are things called brackets. And they look like this. So if you want to write those down, those are considered parentheses in order of operations as well. And those happen, instead of putting two parentheses next to each other, like this, they'll use parentheses and then a bracket, and they'll go back and forth so you don't get confused. So they're the same thing. So anytime you see these things called brackets, think of those as parentheses as well. So you have to do anything inside those as well first. Exponents. If you see a number, let's say the number 4, and it has a little 2 on the top like this, or a little 3, or a little 4, or a little 5, those are exponents. Okay? This does not mean 4 times 2. This means 4 times 4. If I change this to a 3 up here, that's 4 cubed. And that means you have to do 4 times 4 times 4, 3 times. Those are exponents. You're not going to see very many of those, maybe on some advanced questions. When you start getting better with these, I'll throw some of those in there. But just know what they are. Okay, so these are exponents. Once you get rid of all your exponents, you move down to multiplication and division. I know it says multiplication first, but those go together. So you work with multiplication and division, and I want you to write this down. From left to right. Okay, so you don't go through and do all the multiplication first and then go through and do the division. You do both of these together from left to right. So if you see a division part and then a multiplication part and then a division part, that's going to be the order you do them in. Okay? So you work with both of those together from the left to the right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. It's not that addition comes first. You need to work with those together from left to right. So if you see addition and then subtraction and then addition, that's going to be the order you do them in. You don't go through and pick the addition parts first and then go back and do the subtraction. Okay, so multiplication and division work together, and then addition and subtraction work together. So go ahead and write this example down up here. We're going to do this one together. We'll do a couple more together, and then you guys will have some on your own. If I were to read this to you, I would say 4 plus the quantity, which means this is going to be in parentheses. So 4 plus the quantity of 6 minus 3 times 7. So if you ever hear that phrase times or in the quantity of, you're going to see some parentheses in there. Okay, I'm not going to say 4 plus parentheses 6 minus 3 parentheses times 7. So when we go through and walk through this one, we start here. Do we have parentheses? Yes. We have 6 minus 3 in the parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. What I like to do is kind of put little lines. And what's 6 minus 3? 3. Subtract. And then everything else that you have left over, I underline, and you have to bring straight down. So I still have a 4 plus, and I still have a times 7. Okay? So I like to use these little lines to kind of go down to my next step. The next one, do we have exponents? No, so we don't have to do exponents. Do we have multiplication or division? Yes, we need to work from the left to the right. But in this case, we only have one multiplication. We don't have any division. So this is how I'm going to do it. 3 times 7? 21. And then everything else you need to bring straight down. So I still have the 4 plus in the beginning. So I'm done with multiplication and division. And then all I have left is addition. If you had both addition and subtraction, you'd have to go in order from left to right. But all we have left is 4 plus 21, which is 25. Let's do a couple more together. Let's see. Go ahead and write this one down. And the one next to it down. We'll do these together, and I'll have you guys do the 2 on the bottom on your own. So 3 divided by 3 plus 7 minus the quantity 6 minus 3. We'll do that one first. I'm just going to write down here at the bottom, PEMDAS. You guys should have that in your notes though. So we're going to start with parentheses. Do we have any? Yes. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do the parentheses first. What's 6 minus 3? 3. And then I'm going to write the rest of this in order underneath it. So we still have 3 divided by 3. We still have plus 7. And we still have a minus out here. So I'm done with parentheses. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. So I need to go from the left to the right. All I have here is 3 divided by 3, which is what? 1. And then I'm going to bring down the rest. So plus 7 minus 3. I'm done with multiplication and division. And then I have addition and subtraction left, so I'm going to start at the left and work my way to the right. So what's 1 plus 7? 8. I'm going to bring down the rest. And then what's 8 minus 3?
5.
So the answer to this one is 5. One more together. Write this one down. 5 minus 2 times the quantity 4 minus 1 times 6. We're going to talk about this one. So write it down and then we'll go through it together. Do we have parentheses? Yes. In our parentheses, we have 4 minus 1. What's 4 minus 1? 3. And then we have a 2 on the outside of the parentheses. When you have a number outside of parentheses with nothing in between it, okay, no operation, what operation does that mean? Does anybody know? Very good. It's multiplication. So if it's just stuck onto the end of a parentheses like that, it means multiplication. So I'm just going to leave the parentheses around my 3 right here so I can still attach the 2 down here. And then I still have a 5 minus in the front. And I have a times 6 at the end. So we're done with parentheses. Do we have any exponents? No. Do we have any multiplication or division? Yes. So we're going to come across here. This is multiplication. This means 2 times 3. So what's 2 times 3? 6. So I'm going to write down the rest. And I have 5 minus, and then times 6. And then we're going to go through. We still have some multiplication here, which is 36. We still have a 5 minus. Oh, I kind of did a bad job here. Change that to plus all the way down. We don't know negatives yet. We'll change that to a plus. So I'm done with multiplication and division. I have addition and subtraction left. All I have left is addition, so we're going to add those together. Sorry about that. And we get 41. Okay? Go ahead and see if you can do these last 2 on your own. We just have a couple minutes left to see if you can finish. Alright, so the first one that you did in the bottom left, I showed my work down there, so check yours, and I came up with 2. And then the second one, I made a mistake again. I changed this to addition, because otherwise you're going to get negative again. So instead of 6 minus, if you go through and change it to plus, then it'll work out for you guys. I need to watch that. And then when I changed that to a plus, I got 23.